we got it, we thinking that you got it, so we're gonna sing it to you. Oh, do you got it? Come on, everybody. You know you could be singing it too. Don't wanna sing it loud, I mean, so we'll come back to you. Everybody, we thinking that you got it, so we're gonna sing it to you. Oh, do you got it? Come on, everybody. You know you could be singing it too. But hey, we're hoping that you get it. But if you don't, it's still our food. Yeah, you right now, get it. Oh, there's the rhythm, so I'm singing to you. The music right behind me and inside me feeling lovely. Yeah, I'm living my life, cause I will never find me hiding, man. I gotta keep aspiring to wake up and be smiling. I'm waiting for a girl who is equally inspiring. And I'll never settle, I'll never settle, I'll never settle, I'll never ever settle, no, I'll never settle for less. Cause if I settle, then my bedroom won't be put to the test. Man, that's so good. I'm living life is how I should. A life on me. Like I said I would. Do this for me so I can see all these things I never did. Yeah, I give you my all. But you still living out there. Karma is real. It's okay if I fall. I'm still falling free. I'm falling for me. If I fall, yeah, I'll wear myself. We can promise on me. Send it. Oh, yeah, we got it. We're thinking that you got it, so we're gonna sing it to you. Oh, do you got it? Come on, everybody. You know you could be singing it too. Oh, hey, we're hoping that you get it, but if you don't, sing about you. You are, yeah, well, that's the rhythm, so I'm singing to you. Yeah. Making someone's day could be so simple but great, because they smile in your face, then they lean back and say, they like, damn, I'm so amazed from this feeling you gave. And it's crazy how it started from a smile away. I said, we just getting started, it's time to get started. We just getting started, it's time to put your part in. We all deserve to feel this love. If you feel this whole blessing in your presence, get that person that you're next to her. Yeah, the future good. We're living life is how we should. A life that's free, like we wish we could. Now we can see simplicity inside of our lives. Everything feels like a breeze. I feel the need to express my mind. Expect me to express like every time. And then and yet you might not be there, but that's what we need to send it to you. Yeah.
All right. All right, guys. Welcome to Tales Behind the Creative. I may look a little different to you guys today. I figured why not bust out the wig since I'm going to have the beautiful and talented Rebecca May on here, all dolled up in drag. So I figured I'd do a little drag myself. So, of course, if you don't already know, I am your hostess with the Samostess, Simone Allison, and you guys are tuning in to Tales Behind the Creative, episode number 13. I just told you who my special guest is tonight, but to reiterate, it is Rebecca May. This woman is wonderful. I love her. She is one of the fiercest queens out here in the Erie community, and definitely can't wait to see what she's going to do with her future, because I know she is going to rock it. Hopefully I can see her on RuPaul one day. That would definitely be amazing. But if you don't know about her, she is the reigning Miss Erie right now. She won last year. I definitely was there at the Zone watching that all go down. It was a really, really awesome show that she put on, and all of her outfits were incredible. Other than that, though, she's done a lot of other events around town. If you've never been, Rebecca May's Drag Brunch was one of those. She hosted a multitude of them, so we'll talk about that. Also, she just recently, before all this craziness came into play, did a Rebecca May's drag dinner that was hosted by the Andromeda Agency. Unfortunately, didn't get to make it to that one, but I was able to make it to all of the drag brunches because I worked at Bourbon Barrel at the time. Always a really good time, lots of fun, and definitely something worth seeing. So I hope after all this is over, she will go back to doing all of the drag dinners, and whatever else she might pull out of the hat. You never know what to expect with her. And definitely, I can't wait for the zone to reopen. She always was a part of the face shows, and just doing a lot of big things for the community out here. So, of course, I'm on live. So, you guys are out here and able to ask any questions, give any shout outs, and I will make sure that she knows of them accordingly. This is so weird having a wig on, guys. So, I'm going to be petting myself the whole time. Don't mind me. But other than that, earlier in the preview here in the intro, I had Brandy Fresco Carlini. That was her song. I want to make sure I get it right here because I gotta share the love. But oh my gosh, that was so vibey. It was definitely perfect. I think it's called "Send It." Correct me if I'm wrong, Brandy. do 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 do. Send it. I was right. So that was Fresco. Send it. I hope you guys enjoyed the vibes. It definitely set the mood because we are ready to send it over here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to bring Rebecca into view, and then we'll go ahead and get the party started. Like I said, I think you guys will definitely should take an opportunity to ask her some questions because she's a very interesting woman. So I'm going to bring the queen in, and let's have some fun, guys.
Woo!
Woo! What's up, baby?
Ah. Oof. Y'all, hold on. I need to turn down this light. We need to get this life together. What is going on?
Hey, it's all right. Baby steps, baby steps. Well, you're looking gorgeous as always. I'm loving the do.
Yo, what? How can we get this to not be?
I don't know. We gotta get.
I mean, of course I'm white, but you know.
I'm just a little bit whiter than usual. What the hell?
Woo! Hold on.
You let me know. You tell me when you're ready to go, baby.
I mean, I just want to. Oop, there we go.
There we go. There's the titties. Those are my favorite. The cleavage is everything. It's essential.
Hold up. Hold on.
Okay, do your thing. We gotta make sure you look perfect, honey.
I mean, I don't need these people to be screenshotting me looking all crazy.
They're gonna be trying to do some blackmail. We ain't got time for that.
Maybe if I put some bronzer on.
For real though.
So what is up, everybody?
Yeah, for real, guys. How is everyone doing? I hope everyone's having a good night. I freaking had a good day. I know the snow was horrible. My God. We've been experiencing all the seasons the past couple days, nonstop. But how was your day, darling? What were you up to?
Just doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Had to go celebrate a birthday for somebody, so of course we social distanced.
Okay, as you should.
You know, while we sang happy birthday and then just got food and had a quick bite to eat and then came home and literally threw on some chapstick, and now I'm here.
Yes. Well, I'm so glad that you were able to come on the show, taking the time out of your busy schedule, because I know I've been seeing you doing a little bit of this and a little bit of that on Instagram, Facebook, all that jazz. So I'm glad you could come on.
Instagram is the tea right now.
I know, seriously, you've been doing a lot of different videos with a bunch of different drag queens and then other people in the community.
Yeah, it's been good. No, listen, I mean, the long and the short of it is, you know, people who do this job, you're either going to float or you're going to sink during this time. And right now, like, we're so lucky to have social media as a platform to host and do shows and, you know, get our content out there. So I'm just really excited that at least during this Great Depression,
Amen.
you know, we got the social medias going on.
Yeah, hallelujah. It's opened up a lot of avenues for so many different people, finding new hobbies and keeping the hobbies that they've had going and alive. So hallelujah to that. So, baby, let's go ahead and get the party started. Why don't you go ahead and tell everyone a little bit more about yourself for the people who are out of the loop, unfortunate for them, and don't know who you are. Go ahead.
Well, my name is Rebecca May. I am a female impersonator, drag queen. Lived in Erie, Pennsylvania, grew up here. I had, I also was pursuing, when I got out of high school, a performing career as a singer dancer. Um,
Okay.
I ended up working at Waldemere was my very first performing job. And then the company that used to produce shows for Waldemere ended up booking me for gigs all around the US. So for 5 years, I traveled doing Halloween shows, summer shows like this, like review parks and stuff like that. Canopy Lake in Salem, New Hampshire, Saco, Maine,
Ooh.
Funhouse Town in Saco, Maine, Coney Island in Cincinnati. Where else? Tucson, Arizona, Old Tucson Studios. I worked there for 6 months. And the cool thing about that was it's a studio set that it was they filmed Little House on the Prairie there.
Oh,
They filmed
no
a lot
way.
of Clint Eastwood movies. It's a studio set, so it's not even like an amusement park. But like if I wasn't performing in the indoor can show, we had to be out in character, like in a western like set. So I was like a cowboy.
Yeah.
Right? And then for extra money, I learned there were like these professional stunt trainers that worked with Clint Eastwood and all these kinds of people that used to do old Western movies. They taught us how to do stunts. So I learned a 2-story free fall into an airbag into the ground. I did a 30-foot ladder fall into an airbag.
Oh, my
I,
Lord.
a slack rope from the second story of a building down to the other side. It just was like a really, really cool experience. So then, anyways, fast forward, um, around the same time when I was getting done with that contract, I had started auditioning for cruise lines. And
Okay.
I had been auditioning for this cruise line, Holland America, for a really long time, and never could seem to. I would always make like the last cut of auditions. It'd be like there'd be like 100 something people there, and then they'd
Right.
cut it down to like 6 people, and I would always be like one of the last people there, but I'd never really get it.
Yes.
And so I auditioned for Royal Caribbean once in Pittsburgh and ended up getting a call a month later. So I was with Royal Caribbean as a featured singer and dancer for 10 and a half years. And then I was finally like just done doing that. I'd always dabbled in like makeup and drag and stuff like that, but never like pursued it.
Right.
So when I decided that I wanted to just change things up, and I missed home a lot. I miss my friends. I miss my family. Both my sisters just had their first children. I got a niece and a nephew out of it.
Nice.
So it just, I came home. I get to be with family. I get to see my niece and nephew grow up, and you know, just taking on the world with Rebecca May here in Erie.
Yes, you have been killing it. I mean,
I have.
I was saying earlier how you are the reigning Miss Erie. So can you tell us a little bit more about that and your preparation for that whole competition that all happened last year?
Um, okay, so I mean, there's so many pageants that go on. A lot of towns that have drag will usually have like a local competition. Ours is Miss Erie. So you have to have a a theme look. So the theme last year was um, it was I can't remember exactly what they called it, but it was like True Pride, I think.
Okay.
And you had to like your theme the theme of the costume had to be something that you were like proud of
Yeah.
or that you showed pride in. So I did obviously like a rainbow look, and
Hmm.
um it just was like a cute little number with the trans pride cover up, because the trans community is very important
Yes.
with the LGBT community. And Stonewall started the whole Stonewall movement, started gay rights, all that stuff started with a trans black drag queen. So
Right.
was like the first
Okay.
person
Wow. I
to
didn't even
wear
know that.
drag. Yes. So yeah, so I just that without the trans rights and trans people, just none of this we wouldn't be where we're at today.
Right.
So that was my look. And then for the creative look, then for my talent number, it was kind of like up in the air. It didn't have to really be anything associated with Pride. But I did Madonna. I did
Yes, I've seen that. That was awesome. Such an
uh,
amazing performance.
I had backup dancers, so it was a lot of fun. And I mean, I did the iconic Madonna look with the cone boobs, you know.
Yes.
And then for the evening gown, did not have to have a certain look, but you had to have an evening gown and all that stuff. And thankfully, I have a adopted drag mother,
Okay.
and she brought a evening gown of hers that I was able to wear, and it had this fur, like faux fur shawl. It just was all the nines. It was so hot. Um,
Yes.
but I ended up winning, and here I am. And it just like the last year was so crazy. Last summer, I was the very first drag entertainer to ever perform at Celebrate Erie.
Oh, wow. Okay. I didn't even know that fact either. That's so cool.
So this year I'll be going back. I mean, hopefully, if, as long as Miss Rona don't got nothing crazy
Amen.
going
Come
on.
on, Rona.
Come on, Miss Rona, she just done ruining everything.
Seriously.
Um, but it's. I mean, I'm excited. I hope I get to go back. They want to do a whole different setup, and you know, they're gonna help me put a little bit more into it. But I did a 15-minute Beyonce set outside at noon in drag.
Woo!
Um,
You probably was sweating like a mug out there. It's like, I'm
Girl,
melting. I'm
I was
melting.
sweating in places I didn't know could get sweaty. It was not good.
Oh, God damn. Well, you made it through. Hallelujah.
Yes.
Oh, so besides all of that, you got to tell people a little bit more about your drag brunch, the recent drag dinner. What's your kind of your inspiration for that, and how did you come up with all of it?
Well, I mean, drag brunches, drag bingo, drag dinners, all of these drag events have been happening outside of Erie. So, like, the closest places you're gonna go to really get a good quality drag show with just with like bigger name drag queens, or just to have that experience, you're gonna have to go to Buffalo, Cleveland, or Pittsburgh.
Right. Amen.
So my whole idea when I got off ships, when I started the brunches, was I really want to bring something to Erie that A, it doesn't have, and B, you know, I want people to be able to experience um, things that they would in bigger cities here in Erie, because we deserve it. So,
Right.
um, you know, and that's just kind of like the basis of how everything kind of got into motion. The brunch is like my baby.
Yes.
My best friend and I just recently opened up Rebecca May Entertainment LLC.
Nice.
So we are
Yes.
a
Congrats.
business
Congrats.
now. You know? But the brunch is like, so we rent out the bourbon barrel. We pay for everything up front. So it is
Right.
like so super important that, you know, that's why I always try to have the best production that I can. Or, you know, we listen to the positives and the negatives, obviously, of every brunch.
Right.
We're still learning. We're still growing. We're still trying to work as much as we can. Like, obviously, when I first started the brunch, a lot of people be like, oh, you know, like, what charity is this for?
Right.
Well, maybe it's not for a charity, it's for my
Exactly.
livelihood.
Right.
Although we don't mind, like, and we don't make a lot of money off the brunches. Like, I, that we are, it's not a huge money maker for us.
Right.
But it's nice that we're able to bring high-end entertainment here, and entertainers that you can't see unless you travel outside of town.
Exactly.
So, and we just had our very last brunch, December 1st. We had Jada Hall from
Yes.
season 12. So we are so excited because she's on the TV right now, and I mean, literally, we just had her here. And
Right.
I mean, actually, she made this for me. This is like
No
an
way.
over.
Okay. Yes,
Yeah,
Jada.
yeah. Jada actually made a lot of my costumes.
Okay,
So
that's awesome.
has made a lot of my costumes. But yeah, I've known her for a really long time, and it just was so awesome to finally bring her to Erie and have her experience. She loved it, by the way. She's obsessed with Erie. Um,
Yes, good,
but
as you should. I'm
yeah,
excited.
yeah. So it's really nice with the brunches that we're able to work with nonprofits. We usually try to get a nonprofit, or like we'll do a raffle or something to give back to the community. We At the very last brunch, we did do a 50-50 raffle for a local Erie person who was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer,
Right,
and he works at the zone, like on one day a week, or maybe 2 days a week if he can. He's
right,
going through very aggressive treatments, all that stuff. But we were able to give back a little bit to him, for that, to help expenses and stuff like that. A lot of people do,
right.
um, what are the benefits. So we obviously had a benefit weekend for him at the zone, and then I was able to give back a little bit more to him from the brunch. So we were really excited about that. Um, but moving forward with like the bingos and the
Right.
drag dinner, obviously those are all things that happen other places. And we're just right now, if somebody wants to do a bingo or a dinner, Elvis, from the Andromeda Agency, approached
Yes.
me about it. And she had already had a good chunk of the base work down. She just needed some solidifying on, all that kind of stuff, and all this, all the last minute
Right,
uh,
exactly. The odds and the ends of it all.
little things. Yeah. So, it's just, I found my way through it. That's really all it is. Like, I didn't, I had never hosted a bingo before. So I just kind of like took a structure that maybe I thought would work. And, we worked through some kinks and cracks and weird things. And now the brunches, or the bingos at the Erie Art Museum, are like top notch. They're so good. They sell out so quick.
Right.
Literally, they
Yes, they
sold out.
do. I've been trying to get to one, and every time I go to get my ticket, they're gone.
Well, for anybody that's watching, I know that actually, I lied. I will not say anything because I don't. I There were dates, and then they got moved, and then it got moved again. So I'm
Right,
not
right.
exactly sure what the whole case may be, but just keep a lookout. Follow Erie Art Museum on Facebook, and they will update you. I know that if a lot of tickets, it was sold out for May. That is getting moved to another date, and those tickets will be honored at that date. So,
Oh, that's
um,
awesome.
yes. And then the drag dinner with Andromeda Agency was amazing. I was actually kind of sad because we did an interview on Erie News Now, I
Right. Yes,
believe.
I'd seen that too.
And well, I was the first drag queen on probably Erie News Now to be
Look
interviewed.
at you killing all these first. You're taking all the virginities, honey.
No, in the studio. I mean, because like we obviously, I know myself and a couple other local queens have been interviewed on the news, but to be in the studio, I'm pretty sure I was the first one to ever be interviewed. Um, but yeah, I was like trolling the Erie News Now page because obviously they posted segments, and I
Right.
thought I was gonna get more. I wanted some more haters.
Oh my God. Well, the haters
No,
are
you
our
you
motivators,
don't
aren't they,
you
though?
don't actually make it until you got more haters, and like I
Exactly.
didn't have that many people hating.
Oh,
I
God
was sad.
damn it. Too much love. Like, come on now. Just throw a little bit of shade at me. Just a teeny.
I know.
Well, I'm just super impressed. I mean, I used to work at the Bourbon Barrel, so I always seen you in the back preparing everything, and you always put so much work and so much hard work and effort into everything that you did there. And you just seeing you come out with all these other events is just incredible. You have really been killing the game
Oh,
here, freaking
it's
by far. But besides here, where else have you performed, and what other drag queens and people have you collabed with in your performances here and elsewhere?
ooh. Well, I I perform. I was performing often. I'm like on or off in Pittsburgh. I was supposed to be performing with Sugarcane from Drag Race
Oh
season.
snap!
Is she Drag Race season 11? I think she's season
I
11.
think I'm pretty sure. I
Um,
think she was the last one, if
yeah.
I remember
Um,
correctly.
so I was in a show. I was booked for a show in March. Obviously, Miss Rona got her hands on Pittsburgh,
God damn
and
it!
that
Yet
got
again.
canceled. So it will be rescheduled though, and I am going to be rebooked for that little gig. Let's see, Chicago. I've worked at multiple times
Okay.
at Hydrate nightclub in Boys Town. Also Charlie's in Chicago and Boys Town. Pittsburgh. I mean, literally, Pittsburgh's been Brewers, their Ultra Lounge, 5801, um, Element. So I've been at a lot of clubs down in Pittsburgh.
Yes.
Um, where else? I did a drag brunch with Ariel Versace right after she did
Right.
my very first brunch up here. Um, so Ariel was from Drag Race season 10.
Okay.
And I had her in Erie just before she made RuPaul's Drag Race as well. And her boyfriend make a lot of my wigs.
Okay, nice.
Not this one. This one is a wigs and tips.
Oh,
But
it's gorgeous. I love it. The volume of it all is popping.
um, so yeah, Ariel. So I've been in New Jersey. Cherry Hill, New Jersey is where I performed for that brunch. Geez, well, it's Youngstown. Youngstown has a winery that I performed at. That we
Okay.
do a lot of bingos and stuff down there and brunches. Um, that has kind of taken a backseat, obviously, because Miss
Right.
Rona.
Yep.
Let's see. Oh, Franklin.
My
Franklin
goodness.
was
You're
there's
everywhere.
I know Franklin books me. There's for the National Cancer the National Cancer Society, I believe. Um, they do a bingo fundraiser, so
Okay.
they bring me down there for that,
That's awesome.
which is really cute. Mercier's had just booked me for which I didn't get to go to. I was so sad. I was supposed to host their fashion show,
Oh,
um,
that would have been so
and
much fun.
I know. And Clarion University would have been my third time down there. So I was supposed to be there again. So it just really stinks. And that's kind of why I feel like I'm I'm trying to focus on my social media right now, because when you get to go to these kind of places, you get to have the interaction with people, and it helps get followers,
Right.
and people are able to keep up with what you're doing a little bit easier, for future events and stuff like that. So it's just a lot about networking, and that is like
Right.
literally that is stunk the most about having to cancel a lot of things. Like
Right.
the very first week of the coronavirus, when everything kind of shut down, I like could barely get out of bed. I was a mess. It was not okay.
Right.
Um, because every day I woke up, it was like another gig was canceling.
Right. That's got to
So
be hard
it
on you for sure.
it
Especially
was.
that's like what your livelihood. That's kind of what you thrive off of. So,
I mean, and I'm not bartending Sundays and Tuesdays, and thank the Lord, I was working at the Plymouth at the time that all this
right.
happened. I was living in, so it all worked out. It's all working out.
Good.
I'm living my best life in isolation.
That's
But
what I'm
it's
glad to hear it, baby.
no, it's good. I actually feel busy,
Right.
so
Well,
I'm
that's
doing.
good. I mean, there's a lot of negatives that we can, view on, but as long as you can make something positive out of it and just keep up with your dreams and keep pursuing them, we're going
Well,
to come
that's
out of this stronger than we could ever imagine. Because I know the people are going to be anticipating seeing you. So, I mean, you're going to be selling tickets left and right. The sold out shows are just going to keep growing and growing and growing.
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I feel like a lot of queens, this is either going to make or break you.
Right.
So, like, we're producing. We have not announced it officially yet, but I mean, obviously, actually, I did. I think on our Rebecca May Entertainment LLC Facebook page.
Okay.
But April 26th is our very first digital drag brunch. Wait till you see this lineup, baby. I got 12 queens there from all over the
Ooh.
US of A, and it is going to
Yes.
be hot, hot, hot. I can't wait. So I'm really excited to announce the cast for that. That'll be any day now.
Yes.
And then this tomorrow night, I'm in a performing live on Instagram Live for Queen Indica. It is Queen from Pittsburgh. There's Jasmine Masters is in the show. Jasmine
Okay.
Masters,
Yes. I know Jasmine from RuPaul too.
uh,
Yes.
Sasha Colby, Miss Continental, um, Dee Dee Renner, I think. Nope, not Dee Dee Renner. There's somebody else. I don't have the flyer in front of me. Vanessa Van Cartier. She's a Miss Continental. That's like the highest pageant you can compete in the
Okay.
United States. So she just won in 2019. And obviously a ton of local queens in Pittsburgh and other queens from around the US of A as well. So
Okay.
you're gonna see Miss May in there tomorrow night.
Yes, honey.
So yeah, go check. I post a flyer on my story on the Instagrams. But I also post it on my Rebecca May Facebook as well, and I'll post it on my obviously any social media I have.
Right.
I've been posting the flyer, and then Saturday, everyone needs to make sure they get on Nantucket, and obviously I repost all this stuff on my social media.
Right.
But
You've been busy.
I'm competing in a 3-week competition, 3-week long competition for a $600 prize package.
Oh,
But,
yes.
so last week, my challenge was to create a look using paper. So
Right. And I'd seen that. It turned out wonderful. It was so beautiful.
it was all tissue paper, and the whole skirt was constructed from paper placemats.
No way. That's what it was.
It was paper placemats, but it was like then tissue paper flowers like hot glued and stapled on top of that.
Whoa, girl, you are slaying the game. That's so cool. You're so creative.
Wait, girl.
Seriously, that's what drag is all about, though. The creativity of it all, like the costumes, the outfits that I see you put together, like you together, and like on RuPaul when I'm watching that every Friday night, it's incredible what can be put together in such a short amount of time and with a lot of hard work. It's fascinating, to be honest.
It's just all about knowing your body shape. To be honest, it's just know your body shape, know what you need to accentuate, and
Right.
that, and just be creative.
Exactly.
And less is more.
Right. Sometimes that's the way to do it. So yes, kind of.
Get your life.
Yes. So kind of speaking of the aspect of, makeup and costume making, how long and how does it take and how expensive can it get doing all of that?
I mean, really expensive.
Right.
The paper thing was actually like the cheapest costume I've ever made in my life. The bodysuit I already had, but
Right.
I mean, like the stuff for the tissue paper stuff was like $20.
Okay, so that ain't nothing. That
I know
was
that's
probably the
nothing.
cheapest thing you had to do.
Exactly, ever. It depends. Like if I'm trying to go for a full makeover look,
Okay.
it's like, I mean, my jewelry's building up a little bit, but so I have some things that I can choose from.
Right.
But like, a normal costume that you get custom made. So like I contact Jada, she has my measurements. I'm like,
Okay.
make me a bodysuit with a cover up. It's usually like anywhere between 175 and 250. That's just for one costume.
Right.
And then, wigs are anywhere between $200 to $300 a piece.
Oh my goodness. Right. For a good quality one.
Yeah. I mean, and I mean, some of these wigs I've had, my gosh, I've had some of these wigs for almost 2 years, if not a little bit more.
Right.
So
At least you get your use out of them. You definitely get your money's worth. That's for sure. You better.
You don't want to be constantly using the same thing, and like that's the thing, especially like the busier I'm getting. And I went
Right.
every Friday right before everything shut down. I was hosting RuPaul's Drag Race viewing parties at the Zone, so it was
Right.
like every week you need. I don't have a new look every week, but I was like pulling from the back of the closet. I'm like, bitch, I haven't worn this in forever.
Right. Exactly. Hopefully, no one's seen this in a couple months.
So it's just like I have to be like aware of it. It's like
Right.
I'm not gonna go perform at the Erie Art Museum and wear the same costume I wore, even though it was a couple months ago. I try to work through that. So it's just a lot. I mean, it's obviously if you have a more polished look and you put on a good performance, people are normally going to tip you better or
Right.
give back to you a little bit more. So
Right.
that's
Yeah, you would hope that people can really appreciate, all the work that you really put into it and all the money that you put into it too. Because My God, that
I
is
mean, I haven't even like talked. We haven't even touched on makeup, and it's
right.
the
That's what I was just about to say. How about the makeup? Because I know you have to use so much of it, and oh my gosh, and the products are just so expensive. From what I've heard from RuPaul every time that I watch it.
well, I mean, it depends, and it depends on how busy you are. It depends on I'm trying to. What is going on over? Okay.
I gotta get them angles, baby. Come on now.
So I'm like, okay, but anyways, it depends on how many gigs you got. It depends on how much you want
Right,
to make them up. The more you do drag, you'll learn like, okay, I don't need to really put this much foundation on this part of my face, or
right.
you learn like different tricks to save a little bit more and to make your makeup last a little bit longer. But still, like, thank I mean, girl, let me tell you, these places got some really good sales going on right now. Like,
I could, yes, honey. They have
yeah,
been popping.
Ulta has like 50% off most of their stuff right now.
There
So,
you go.
you
Stock
feel like
up.
for the same amount of money, that's half of what it normally should be. So, like,
Right,
right now, I'm trying to really go in on the makeup, but I mean, like, I every 3 days I've been getting into drag. So, like, tonight
right.
I'll
Yeah, I've
be
seen that. My gosh, it's
tonight.
incredible.
Well, I'll be in drag tonight. I'm
Right,
in drag tomorrow for the show,
exactly.
and I thought I had to be in drag on Saturday, but maybe I don't. I'm I I thought I had to be in drag, but anyways,
You
I
lose the track.
I
Too
know,
damn
right?
busy
I
for
mean,
your own good.
I guess now that I'm in drag tonight, I could do a look. But anyways, every 3 days I've been getting into a look, and I invested in some lighting. I
Okay,
invested in like a white studio photographer backdrop, which I don't
nice.
have yet. But I did like studio lighting. It just is all about like Instagram's all about like quality pics. So
Right,
you
exactly. It
know,
sure as hell is.
I got a ring light here. It's the more you do it, the more you learn.
Exactly. Well, that's what I just want to see your ass on RuPaul's Drag Race one day. So you better keep that clout going, baby.
I hope, and I don't want to leave Erie. I want Erie to be where I'm from
Yeah,
when I'm brought on the show. I would never say like Pittsburgh or anything stupid like that. So
right.
who knows? I hope
Well, see,
one
I'm
day.
gonna keep my fingers crossed for you. I know you've got what it takes for sure. I mean, the
I hope.
evolution
And
of what I've seen from you is incredible, and I've seen your post just like the other day where you were the first time you were in drag to now, and
uh,
it's incredible how much you have grown, honey. Like, goddamn.
tell I just here I'll share with you guys. So when I was working out in Tucson, I had to go to this birthday party where it was like dressed like a celebrity.
Yes.
So I dressed up as Anna Nicole Smith.
Oh, okay. Get on in there. Oh my God, that's so old. Oh my gosh. Look at her. Look at her. She said, no, don't. Oh my God, baby. What a throwback right there. Throwback Thursday for the win.
No,
Ugh.
that ain't going on any social media, girl. I ain't letting anybody blackmail me with that.
She said, ain't nobody screenshotting that shit. Come on now.
Uh-uh.
Oh,
No.
well, hey,
Um,
that just shows your evolution for sure.
yeah, it's definitely crazy how far I've come. And I mean, yeah, it's you learn and you learn and you do and
Right.
you mess up, and um you got to learn from your mistakes.
Exactly. Once you fall,
And
you got
want
to
to do
get back
better.
up and keep trying again. That's how it goes.
Also, when you were talking about RuPaul's Drag Race,
Yeah.
okay, so it's kind of like when I was working on cruise lines. We would do like a cast meet and greet sometimes with the guests,
Right.
and we would get like a backstage tour, but we would always start with like a question and answer.
Okay.
And it was like some people would be like, so do you want to do you have plans of like going to Broadway? And it was like, okay, well, sometimes they'd be like, would you ever want to be a professional singer on Broadway? And like, of course, we'd all like have to clutch our pearls because
Right.
you know it's like, baby, do you know what I'm like I'm getting paid equivalent to what somebody in the ensemble on Broadway is getting paid. And if
Right.
I'm not getting paid that, they're having to pay for their stay and their housing in New York
Right.
City, and I get free housing and free food, and like I mean it all equals out. Like I'm getting paid to be a professional singer. We're all professional
Amen.
artists.
So it kind of worked out way better.
Right. No, I mean, and that's the thing. Like people, they just would be like so focused on Broadway, and it's like that's
Right.
not everybody's thing. Sometimes, Broadway was never a goal for me. I don't even really like musical theater, which is really funny because I'm very into the performing arts. Like I have
Right.
some of my favorite shows that I like, and you know, like I don't mind going to see it, but I don't like doing it.
Right.
It's just not my thing. But like it's like the same thing when people see me in drag and they're like, oh my god, are you gonna do Drag Race? And it's like really my ultimate goal is to just be able to have the things I want in life and be able to do drag full time. That is enough for me. So like even if I never make RuPaul's Drag Race, it's like as long as I'm working and I'm making money and I have a car and a roof over my head,
Yeah.
it's like and I'm still able to invest in my drag and still live a normal life, it's like
Amen.
that's me being successful.
Yeah. And
So
yeah, for real. That seriously though, and that's awesome. I'm glad that you're still able out here to do what you love. You're making money off of it, and you're loving life, and
yeah.
I couldn't be happier for you. It's incredible, baby.
Well, cheers.
Cheers to that. Woo. So another question that I have for drag that I've always kind of wondered. So how long does it take for you if you're really putting your whole effort in to get into drag? And then what's the quickest time that you've ever gotten into drag?
Well, today would have been a really good quick time,
Okay.
which was like probably an hour and 50 minutes. That's with makeup,
Oh my
hair,
God, that's quick. Oh
lashes.
my God.
I mean, I'm right. I mean, obviously you can't see me now, but I got my socks on and no pantyhose. I don't got my tights on. I don't got nothing. I'm just only dragged from the waist up. But
Okay.
if I had to do waist down, I'm saying like it would take like a solid 2 hours, 2:15. That's in a
Oh,
hurry.
God damn.
I normally like to try to be like if I have a call time, let's say I have to be somewhere an hour early. I
Right.
try to do like at least 2.5 hours, if not three before, so I'm not rushing. But because like I don't
Right.
normally work those days, so it's like, why rush?
Exactly. You might as well
But
take your
I'm
time.
always I'm always on drag queen time, so I'm like a good half an hour behind that.
Oh, it happens. It's kind of like CP time in a way. That's how you can correlate it.
Yep. Hmm.
But you gotta do what you gotta do. It works out.
Girl, drag shows will never start on time. Just never go to a drag show and expect it to start on time.
Hey, I know that's the truth. From working at the Bourbon Barrel, I'm always like, where the hell? I
I
thought
mean,
it was
okay,
supposed
well,
to
hold on,
start.
but the brunches I have been a little.
You've
The
been pretty
brunches that I
punctual
have,
for the most part. Yes.
yeah, no, I mean the brunches normally the brunches would never have normally been my fault. It was we
Right.
always had to wait for food and wait for everyone to
True.
be
True.
mostly through the food line in order for us to like even start. So
Right. It
that
makes sense. So you learn as you go with it as well too, and with the
but
different the
but I
people
mean
you work with and the different venues that you perform at.
oh
So
sure yeah the very first couple brunches it was like I didn't know what I was doing. We didn't know how long it was going to take to get 200 people,
exactly.
150, 200 people through a buffet line. It's like you learn those things as you go. And I mean,
Exactly.
I'm really grateful because everyone has been so good and understanding. And we've had very, very little negative feedback. And, it's never been about the show or the entertainers, but it's just been so amazing. And Erie's like really just turned me out like
Yes.
they love them some Rebecca May, and I'm just happy about it.
Yeah, I feel like you definitely have made a really big impact in the LGBTQ community here. And yeah, I always hear people raving about you, and like anywhere that you ever go, you're always turning heads, and you've always got a crowd of people that are always just ready to come up to you. Like you are one of the biggest celebrities out here in Erie, that's for sure. No doubt about it. So you
Oh,
get it, girl. You just keep killing it. So kind of to take a spin away from all the drag and everything like that, uh, we got the COVID-19 pandemic going on. What is your whole take and perception on it? Besides it
uh,
ruining everything at your goddamn drag career, that is.
you know, it's hard. It's
Right.
hard because it hasn't hit our area that bad yet, and
Very
we don't
true.
know if it will. Um, I just feel like the best thing that I can do, and that's why like I just could not be more grateful for the drag that I have. And the fact that I've done a couple Facebook lives where it's like I've done I've done doing my makeup. People will tip me just to do my makeup.
That's
Uh, the,
awesome.
I did an online competition. I took second place.
Oh, god
But
damn it. What the hell?
it's okay, girl. It's not always about winning.
True.
But
Exactly. It's about getting out there, getting your exposure.
I still got a cash prize, girl. And people came on and they tipped, and I have a lot of local support, and
Yes.
people that support me and are absolutely amazing. And you guys all know who you are if they're watching or will watch this. I appreciate them so much. But like, I'm so lucky I have this to keep me busy here because I do know that a lot of people are going crazy. But listen, y'all, we need to self isolate. You need to stay home. You need to wash your hands more
Yes.
than you ever have in your entire life. You go to country fair, you touch a door handle, you better not touch your face before you wash your hands.
Amen. Hallelujah. Tell the people, educate
You
them.
touch a door, you need to Lysol your damn shit down when you get home. You need to, put any clothes, take them off your body.
Yep.
Like it's crazy the world we live in today. But we will not. Erie will be really really bad if we don't continue to be aggressive with how. We're so lucky that our state, before it got bad here,
Right.
mandated the stay-at-home order because I
Hallelujah.
definitely think that we would be in a way worse condition. Like we don't want to have to be in a condition where they're having to choose who's living or dying down at Hammond and
Exactly.
St. Vincent and every hospital around Erie, Pennsylvania. Like I don't want that to happen. I do want to go back to work, and I don't
Right.
think that that's going to happen unless we start getting. Who really wants to go out to a bar um, on the weekend and have to have a face mask on?
Seriously though. Like I sure as
I
hell
just
don't want to. I know you sure as hell don't want to be performing with no goddamn face mask on. How in the hell you gonna lip sync with that?
like, you don't. You can't. Like
Exactly.
you will not be able to do drag shows.
Exactly.
So it's just like I need everyone to stay home. I need everyone to wash their hands. I need everyone to be aware. And if you don't think this affects you, you need to stop thinking that it doesn't affect you because even if it's not affecting you, you could be asymptomatic. You could be out there passing it on to somebody else.
Exactly.
So, I can't. I don't know. I know it's hard to stay away from family. I'm in that situation. Now it is hard to not want to see your sisters or your niece or your nephew, but y'all, we can't beat it if we're not all on the same page.
Right, exactly. Like they keep saying, we're all stronger together. We need to keep up with the news, keep up with the updates. I know the most recent update that my mom was just telling me about is that starting Sunday at 8 o'clock, we're all mandated to wear masks anytime we go to any store now. So, it's getting real because the cases just keep growing and growing and growing. So, I mean, I commend everything that Kathy Dahlkemper as well as Tom Wolf are out here trying
Yeah.
to do to keep us safe. And, if we have to stay inside longer, then, I mean, we're just going to have to do it. We got to do what we got to do to stay safe out here. So hopefully
Well,
people actually stick to what the recommendations are and, stop trying
and
to break
I
the
love
rules.
that. Listen, it's so crappy outside. I'm sorry, girl. I keep
And
doing
that
the face
too.
thing.
You good, you good. Fix yourself.
Um, I would rather it's crappy outside right now. I'd rather us
Exactly.
have to be inside right now
Right.
this lasts until July or August, and then we don't get a summer outside because
Right.
none of y'all can keep your asses inside.
Ex-
So stay home. Stay home.
Amen. Everyone's still
Wash
trying to
your
go to the
hands.
goddamn beach and shit. Thank God it flooded.
Wash your hands. Wash your bussy. Wash everything on you.
Yes, queen. Hide your kids, hide your wife. Corona getting everybody out here.
Miss Rona, girl, she won 2020, bitch. Miss Rona won
Seriously though,
2020.
talk about Miss Erie. She said, "I'm taking all of it. She's gonna be Miss Universe."
No, it's my new joke with all the queens. I'm like, all right, bitch. So we had to like postpone Miss Erie.
Okay, right. That's
Obviously,
what I figured.
Erie Pride and Miss Erie have now been postponed to the last weekend of August, I believe. August 29th is Erie Pride. So August 28th will be Miss Erie. I believe those are the correct dates.
Right, if it's everything works out correctly.
Yes, hoping. And I made a joke. I was like, well, girl, I might as well just be Miss Erie 2020 automatically.
Right, right.
We're already almost through this year, girl.
Shoot, you might as well. Come on now. Like, I'm just gonna take a unanimous vote here and that'll work.
They don't want me. They don't want me for another year.
Oh, bitch, I think I'll welcome it gratefully. Shoot, pull up on me with Miss 2020.
You don't have to deal with me that often.
True. So everyone else who's always around is like, God damn, we sick of her.
Oh, I don't let my close friends forget that I'm Miss Erie 2019.
Oh, I can imagine. I mean, I remember you was always wearing your sash, your crown, like. But you gotta rock it. You gotta flaunt, because it's a lot of hard work.
I show up somewhere. I'm like, "Hello, Miss Erie 2019's here."
Exactly. If you don't know now, you know. Hey. So, besides all the positives that you've kind of been experiencing during this quarantine, have you run into any challenges, any trials and tribulations while you've kind of been stuck in the house dealing with all this besides the cancellation of shows? No? Everything's
I'm
on the up and
okay.
up?
I literally am okay.
I love it.
I'm
Well, that's
loving
good because
it.
there's a lot of people that aren't. So it's good that you're blessed with a lot of the positivity and the support just continues to pour in for you, because these are hard times for a lot of people. So I'm glad to hear that you're doing good and you're doing great. So hallelujah.
Thank you. I mean, and if somebody is not, you need to find something that makes you happy. Like
Exactly.
I don't know how else to explain it. Call a friend, call a relative, talk about, I don't know, look through old pictures. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, there's so much stuff online going on, especially like if you love drag, you can find a show on any day of the week if you really look hard enough. I mean, literally, it is possible. I mean, there's so many online drag shows going on. I don't know. I just find something that makes you happy and put your energy into it right now, because you'll never get this time back to just grow and learn how to be
Right.
by yourself. And to be
Amen.
honest, I feel like being on ships for so long and like being gone away from home for up to 10 months sometimes, like I don't get to come home for funerals. I don't get to come home for weddings. I didn't get to come home for Christmas. Like any of that stuff. And it's like you just kind of learn how to be on your own and by yourself. And I feel like that has prepared me a little bit to, I don't know, be home with in isolation and
Right.
find things to make me happy.
Exactly. This is the perfect time to grow and really, really get to learn so much about yourself and what makes you great. So,
And find
yes.
something that makes you happy.
Yes.
Take that time to learn how to pick up a new trade, or I just ordered some exercise equipment. It's like, I'm a sucker for some mac and cheese or some pasta.
Amen. I've been
So
grubbing heavy
I
while
know,
I'm been stuck in the house.
listen, I gotta start watching that weight, girl, because these seams are gonna be screaming when I put them back on.
Oh Lord. Gonna be
They're
busting a couple buttons.
done got us.
Oh Lord.
After Mona already done did her stuff here, girl. I gotta get back in these costumes, and those seams aren't gonna be doing anything for me.
You better
So
keep the goddamn sewing machine handy. Goddamn. So,
uh,
my God. But speaking of like making yourself happy, you as being, such a creator out here and so artistic, what is your goal to uplift the people around you, your fans, followers, friends, family?
uh, yeah, watch me,
Very
watch my
true.
lives.
Yes.
I mean, literally, it's. I mean, we cannot be. I mean, it's there. You shouldn't even be social distancing with anybody else at this point. It's like, you know, find my stuff online. Listen, I just try to talk about things like obviously on most lives I do. We always at one point or another I'll chat about, we'll always be chatting about this. This is a part of our history now. I mean,
Yes.
we'll never not remember when COVID-19 was a
Seriously.
pandemic. Like this is textbook history we're living right now. So it's there. I mean, listen, I get freaked out when I go outside. I don't like going to the store to get anything. It really does freak me out. But
Yes.
we have to be smarter. You have to live smarter. You have to be safe and follow everything that the CDC is saying. And just I don't know. Like I said, I like to watch a lot of comedy things during
Yeah.
if I'm like ever feeling. I love watching Golden Girl. I'm rewatching Golden Girls right now
Okay,
because
there
it's
you go. There you go.
fantastic. You watch that. I love American Dad. Makes me laugh. South
Yeah, that's a
Park.
good one too. I like that Family Guy,
Louis,
American Dad.
Schitt's
Okay.
Creek. Like, there's just so much comedy out there. But what's comedy? Obviously, anything. I mean, be stunned by my beauty on my lives. I don't know. Like, I'm just
Take it
I'm
all in, babies.
I'm just going to do what I can to obviously continue helping myself grow. But one really good thing also that I'm doing for the drag brunch, we did have some personal sponsors, and thank you to them. They all know who they are, that donated to help me be able to pay the queens
Okay,
that are
awesome.
involved in this next brunch. But proceeds from the suggested $5 cover charge are going to Lucky Louise and Larice Floral Design. We're donating that money
Awesome.
back to them because of Larice Floral, I believe, is not open at all, and Lucky Louise is only able to do takeout. So,
Right, I seen that.
um, yeah, and they've been huge sponsors of Rebecca May's Drag Brunch from the beginning. So yeah, we're excited to be able to get back to them.
Yeah, that is really awesome because I know I also seen that Larice, they are closed, but they were doing a lot of floral arrangements for, senior living homes and for all the
Yep,
nurses that are out here on the front
they're
lines,
so
killing their
they're so
jobs. So,
they're amazing. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, our community has been showing a lot of support for one another, and it is
And I think
so
that
beautiful.
this is going to more than ever when we are able to re-get into some kind of routine. It's not going to be the normal one, and
Mm-mm.
it won't be for a while, and we
Right?
need to all understand that. But once we are able to kind of get back into some normalcy, I do think that Erie is going to turn up and turn out, and I can't
Yes.
wait. I'm excited for it, and I just think that it's going to be really exciting with all these online virtual drag shows, for people to finally be able to see it in person. I think that the vibe and the energy for that first drag show, y'all are going to want to miss it because
It's
it's
gonna go
going to be
off.
I mean, no, it literally is. There's just something about you can feel a vibe. It's and you can feel excitement, and it will be at that very first strike, whatever it is. So I'm
Yes.
excited.
I am too. I cannot wait to
I'm like
see
blowing up.
what you pull out because, like I've already said before, you always put on one hell of a goddamn show. So
Thank you.
it's going to be above and beyond. I can only imagine.
I'm excited.
So, how can people find you on social media? And then, just to remind people, where else can they find you for all these virtual drag shows that you have coming up within the next couple days and weeks here?
Um, well, obviously, I post most often on Instagram, and that's Rebecca May Official. Rebecca, REBECCAMAE Official. and then Rebecca May on Facebook, and then Rebecca May Entertainment LLC on Facebook as well. I post on all social media platforms, but Instagram is like my first go-to. So if you want to know something like you want to be notified, get on my Instagram.
Right. Okay.
But all the flyers are posted in the storyline. If you don't see right now, I'm doing a new layout for my Instagram. So like because we're in a state right now where there's not like a lot of flyers or shows going on, I'm trying to just do like three of the same, like a photo set, three photo sets,
Right.
like just for a different layout. And I'm putting the
Yeah.
flyers and stuff in my story. So make sure you guys check out the story. We'll have a lot more stuff on there than my actual like wall
Right.
for that. But I do post everything on the wall on Facebook. So
Okay.
yeah.
Perfect. Well, oh my God, it has been so lovely talking to you tonight.
I'm so glad you had me.
Yes, of course, baby. How could I not? Like, you are, like I said, you're so freaking infamous out here, and the people love you. So I had to give them, an in-depth look at your life and just all the amazing things that you've been doing, doing now, and then are going to continue to do in the future. Because I know you're just going to keep getting bigger and better. That's all I can imagine. I know it. So
Trying, I'm hoping. I hope people don't get sick of me before.
I don't think they could, honey. I definitely can't. I could go see you all goddamn day, every day, and I never get sick of it.
I think most of my friends are sick of me.
Well, screw them, baby. You keep giving it to me. I'll be here waiting for you. Well, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to let you go ahead and get ready for your show tonight on Instagram. And
not tonight, it's tomorrow night. But
tomorrow night, okay.
Photo session. So tomorrow night at 11 p.m. on Friday,
Bam.
go get yourself some drinks. You
Yes.
go to the store. You get your bottle of wine.
There you go. I was about to say, pop open a bottle.
You can white girl out.
Look at you. She's and I got the White Claw too. You should be the spokesperson. They need to hire your ass.
Out with the White Claw. But no, get some drinks and come join us. It's on Queen Indica on Instagram, Queen_Indica. And the show is a suggested $5 cover charge. You don't have or pay what you want.
Right.
But
support support the industry.
Support us. You can the bookings, the cover charge will pay us and then give us a little bit of money, and then you can obviously tip any of us if you I have all my cash apps up somewhere. So go check that out. But it'll be a good time. It's a good time, and I get to perform in my living room. So
ain't nothing better than that. Yes. No having to go here, there, or anywhere. Just the comfort of your own home.
Right downstairs.
Yes, honey. I love it. Well, hey, baby, thank you so much again. You have a wonderful night. Stay safe out here. And then I'll be talking to you soon once this is all over. I know I'll be seeing you out and about, and hopefully I'll be able to make it to one of the first shows that you put on after this is all done and over with.
I hope so. Well,
Fingers
thank you so
crossed.
much for having me.
Yes.
I love you guys. Make sure you all subscribe to Tales Behind the Creative, and give it up for Simone for doing this. Such a great job.
Oh, thank you, baby. I appreciate you. Well, you go enjoy your night, and I will talk to you soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Woo. I'll do a little booby shot.
There we go. Yes, get the people what they want. Yes, I love it. Ooh, I wish I was there to motivate it. All right, bye, baby. Love ya.
Bye, honey. Mwah.
All right, people. So that is a wrap on another episode of Tales Behind the Creative. That was a lot of fun. I actually learned a lot more about drag than I knew from before. I usually only knew much about drag from watching RuPaul's Drag Race here at the house. And then, I kind of came into the scene from going to the Zone and going to the face shows, obviously the Miss Erie pageants, and then being able to work at the Bourbon Barrel and being a part of, the crew that was taking part of her drag brunch, Rebecca May's Drag Brunches when she first started them. So I was really glad that she was able to come on tonight. It was such a great experience, a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. And you guys definitely need to make sure that you're pulling up on all of her social media and checking out all the virtual shows on Instagram. I've definitely checked out a few myself, and they have been wonderful. Drag is always something that can really uplift people's spirits. They always are, their personalities are just hilarious. You really can't have a frown on your face when you're watching anything that has to deal with drag. So I definitely recommend tuning into those and showing your support, whether that be funding and or just sharing and liking our page and everything like that. So thank you guys all so much for tuning in to another great episode of Tales Behind the Creative. Like she said, make sure you guys pull up on my new page on Facebook, Tales Behind the Creative. Give it a like, give it a share. We've got the GoFundMe. That way I can start raising funds for a feature creative that I will pick of my choosing every month. I'm going to do, basically, it'll be like a 75-25% split. 25 of the 20% of the funds will go towards the professional aspect of my business, for promotion purposes, merchandise, once we start to get a little bit more of an audience backing. And then the rest of it's going to go towards that feature creative and help support, pursue their dreams in any way that they need possible, because it can be so hard to be an artist and creative in these day and ages, especially with the COVID-19 pandemic going on. You really need all the support that they can get. So I really hope this fund can take off and we can start to go ahead and give the creatives, the support that they deserve in a way that will fund them. And also, I tried to do another platform today earlier where I'm going to start doing either daily, but more likely weekly conversations with myself where I'll discuss current topics. And then you guys can have a little question and answer with myself because I know you guys probably have a lot of questions. You never really get the chance to ask the interviewer questions. It's always you get to hear about the interviewee. So I like to give you guys an opportunity so you guys can subscribe to my Patreon page. Patreon page. I don't know. It's Patreon, and I have links posted on my Tales Beyond the Creative, so you can find it there as long as the GoFundMe. So yeah, so go ahead, do that. Keep sharing the love. I appreciate all your guys' support. I really appreciate it. Tomorrow we will be back at 8 o'clock on the dot. I'm going to have local music producer and engineer Chauncey Bills Up. I know a lot of you guys have heard about him. He has been killing the music scene lately. I just recently did an album review of him. It was Manifest. That was his most recent EP that he put out. He's been working with other people in the scene, Aaron Reynolds, Kenny Bass, a couple other people too that I can't think of the names right now. But yeah, we'll talk about that tomorrow. I can't wait to learn a little bit more about him, just because he's on the rise in the music scene and he's very, really influential. So should be another interesting show indeed. Also, before I go, I want you guys to go ahead and tune in to my friend's page, Matt Bolin, Matty B. He is out here and he is going to be creating a new show tonight. It's called Broke B's COVID Distraction Radio Shuffle. So he'll be playing a bunch of different local artists here in the community. So that way you can pull up on him, hear a bunch of the different local artists. I wish I had the time to interview all of them while we've been stuck in the house, but hopefully his show will be able to help you guys get a little bit more exposure to all the different local creatives that we have in the music industry around here. And I'll definitely be pulling up because I definitely need to just keep this distraction going of not thinking about the negatives, but focusing on the positive during these times. So make sure that you go check in on that. I think he's doing it right now. He posted a link earlier in my live here. So scroll up, hit the link. If not, just look up Matt Bolin and you should be able to find everything going on over there. So pull up on that. Pull up on me tomorrow for Tales Behind the Creative. It'll be episode number 14 with, like I said, Chauncey Bills Up at 8 p.m. sharp. Until then, I'm going to let you guys all go. Again, I am your hostess with the Samostess, Simone Allison. I hope you guys dug the hair. I'm really loving it. I think I might pull up on you guys a couple more times with this. I'm really feeling it. And I hope you guys peep the hat too. Got my unicorn on, fitting the brand, the logo, got to represent. So thank you guys all so much for tuning in. Have a great night. Stay warm out there when it's because it's hella chilly and, you know, it's perfect time to stay inside. So keep yourself safe. Have a great night. Have a great day. And I'll see you guys tomorrow for Tales Behind the Creative with Chauncey. That's a wrap. Peace out, guys. Love you so much. Be safe. Mwah.